Hello, tea people. It is tea time. 176-degree water here. Here we go. 30 seconds. 5 grams of leaf here for my 100 milliliter Kyushu. Another Tezumi. This is from the Tezumi Classics series. I think they sell 4 teas. This is sort of like a sencha. It's a Fukamushicha. And the difference here of this kind of sencha processing is the quantity of steaming. Oh boy, I am. Oops. Last episode, I was having Gyokuro and it was a 2.5 minute steep time. So hopefully I didn't mess this up too much. 5 grams, 100 milliliters of water-ish, probably like 90 realistically. I'll really try to extract all of that I can. 30 seconds of steep time. Okay, so as I was saying, the difference on this version of sencha, the Fukamushicha, is going to be a longer steaming time, and then also, so leave steam for longer than usual, and then also these are shade covered for 11 days, as well. This is a Yame locale. From Fukuoka. Is that better? I don't. Fukuoka. I don't. Anyway. So same region, different cultivar, I believe. Let me check. Do I have a cultivar even listed here? I don't. This is a single origin multi-cultivar blend. Gotcha. And then the pricing on this is going to be very different than our previous session of the Gyokuro. This is going to be, instead of $30 for 20 grams, this is 100 grams for $28, $28 for 100 grams. So quite a different price point, about a fifth of the price. This is going to be much more akin to something that you would drink on a regular basis. And I'm really excited to try this. Cheers. Wow, much more vanilla on the nose. Oh, goodness, I should get in here. You'll notice from last episode the difference in color is pretty dramatic. Much lighter colored leaves. Sweeter, rounder, even more baking spice. Maybe a little bit of an almond. Much warmer. Cheers. Interesting. This is comparing these two and drinking them back to back really doesn't do justice to this tea because it's just not a fair comparison. But what is interesting about this has a duller bitterness, not nearly as crisp. There's a sweetness to this, and actually a really nice umami on this. But the intensity is not nearly as strong. It's a lighter viscosity. I enjoy the heat of it. Softer on the grass. Not nearly as bitter in my eyes. Yeah, kind of an almond paste kind of a thing going on in there. Cheers. Yeah, kind of vanilla. Mid-note of vanilla, not like flour, like vanilla bean. It's really nice. For a daily drinker, this is great. This session would be about $1, something like that. It's more cookie sweet. It's not as vegetal, not nearly as crisp. A bit more mid-bodied. I wouldn't say it's yolky necessarily. And it has a bit of an astringency that the Gyokuro does not have. This is nice. Cooling mouthfeel. Yeah, the astringency is almost kind of a chalkiness. It's not bad, and again, for the price point, you kind of would expect something kind of like this. Yame is on the north western side of the southernmost island of Japan. I suppose the largest southernmost island of Japan. Does that make sense? Because then the mainland's the largest southern. You understand what I'm saying? Not quite oaty, but kind of that starchy vanilla complex thing. Yeah, interesting. Okay, round 2. My experience is more umami, less sweet on these second steepings. I'm using the same parameters. The bitter grassy finish on this is just less refined. It's a bit more muddied. Again, not necessarily a terrible criticism of the tea. More of a testament just how crisp, clean, singular the grassiness on the Gyokuro was. One more second here. Almost done. Apologies for all the sounds and noises and life happening in the background. I tried to pause for a second there. I realized I was literally mid-pour. You'll notice the color is quite a bit different now as well. One sec. Okay. And we're back. A little robot vacuum saves so much time and such, but anyway. Okay. Yellower complexion here. Paler overall. I'm going to get in here in the nose. More on the hay range on the grassiness compared to the Gyokuro. Still quite crisp and green, but just older grass. A nice umami on this too. Cheers. Nuttier, almost roasted flavors. Almost like getting into the almond skin now. Astringency is quite high at this point with the brewing parameters. I think I could have used less time. Yeah, I'd say that, again, this is kind of like a comparison tasting from the Gyokuro last time a little bit, but I just needed time between them to drink them and compare them. But it's just like there's just as fuzz or distortion on these notes, on some of the crisp notes, on some of the bitter notes, even some of the kind of mid-bodied hay notes. It's just like a little bit of compression of it's not the raw data, it's been encoded a little bit. But it's not bad. I mean, it's just a different, it's just a Just a comparison. I really like that kind of cookie sweet flavor, mid-notedness on this. It's nice. The sugariness of it is really familiar and very sweet. Cheers. A bit more umami seaweed now. Not in a crisp way. I'd say fairly astringent now. 7 out of 10. But nice. This is, to me, the price point is kind of a daily drinker price point. And I think it's actually showing up quite well for that in that complex. I think I brewed the second steeping a little bit, too long. But yeah, it's nice overall. I think this is a great introduction to something that is not Gyokuro, but is toward Gyokuro in its character at a really reasonable price point. And so as a result, this is the little package from Tezumi. They come in these little 10-gram packages. I would say use half of them per session, have 2 sessions out of them. This is nice. It's cool. And, can I tell you, oh, wow, I noticed how it's steamed a bit more, giving it a bit more of a richness and mid-bodiedness. I don't know. No, not really. But it certainly is excellent. Can I tell you the difference between something like Gyokuro and something like this? Yeah, absolutely. I think anyone could. So I'm still learning a lot about these teas. Processing on this is quite interesting. Yeah, and this is nice. Again, this is a good introduction to this style of sencha processing. So, hey, shout out to everybody watching this. Forgot to mention last time, but if you are into Japanese teas, I'm doing a Japanese tea once a week. Trying to do them on Mondays, but the timing is not perfect at all by any stretch. So stay tuned. Subscribe if you want to check out episodes about pu'er tea, hongcha, all sorts of heichas. James does co-star pu'er aficionado is doing kind of an in-between episode every week as well about pu'er, a bit more topical, a bit more theme-based. We're doing a series that I think will be published at the time of this video's publishing, which is going to be a series about filling up a Pomodoro for pu'er at different price points, kind of budget, mid-tier, high-tier price points. And then I'll actually take those recommendations from James, and then I will go ahead and buy some as well this year. So stay tuned for all of that. Subscribe if you want. Follow us on Instagram. Just Google for TDB Instagram, and you'll find both James and I, our Instagrams. And hey, talk soon. Bye.